Hello and welcome back to Captain of Industry. What did we do last time? We got Electronics 2 up and running. Wonderful! To get Electronics 2 we also needed to get silicon poly, which is coming from over here, I think. Yeah, that's coming from over here from this little smelting setup. We also had to get PCBs coming from over here as well, and that all needed the plastics from over here and the graphite from over there. We have started the next tier of research going, so we can look at doing a few things with that today. What have we already done there? We have done just construction parts Mark IV at the moment. Power generation is on its way, which we're going to need because that is still alright at the moment, but it does get up there a little bit. And then after that we're going to get into research and then all the rest of these bits over here. So today then, this should be a shorter video. I say shorter, it should be a more reasonably length video. Short is probably not the word we want to use, but yeah, it is quite late and I can't stay up too late playing this as much as I would obviously love to. They're all fine over there. Let's just have a quick look over here. We've got plenty of iron ore in there, we've got copper, we've got coal, we've got everything. Okay, perfect. So construction parts Mark IV is next. So what we probably want to do is just a 2 input, same as these. So if we don't cut, if we copy this up to and including the storage, I would like. And if we put that, so it's in line, which is going to be there. Nope, it's going to be there. And then that one was in the way. That's fine. Like that. So these are going to be construction parts Mark IV, not 2. Let's copy that to all of those. They should all be the same now. Excellent. And then this is also going to be construction parts Mark IV. Okay. So what do we need that? We need construction parts Mark III. We need 6 of those. Each of these makes 6, so we could have up to 4 of those running at any time. We have no spare housing, but we are upgrading a house down there, so that's fine. We don't have to worry about that. We also need 3 Electronics 2. We are currently making 6, so we need to get another one of these up and running. So for that we need another 6 PCBs. We are currently making 12, I think, so we are fine for PCBs to get another one of those up and running. We need another 12 electronics, which I think we'll be fine for, because we're making 96 there. We're using 24 here, plus potentially another. Yeah, I think we'll be fine for electronics. We just have to keep an eye. We do have some more ready to go, sort of pre-set up but not currently running should we need them. And then we need the silicon poly, which we need 6 of, and I think this is making, yeah, a lot more than that, so that's fine. So we could easily unpause this, and don't need quite all of them. That and that. That's all we need, isn't it? And there's a little hidden bit there which is paused, is it? Or is it just, am I just seeing like, I think I was just seeing part of the stand or something, which was confusing me. So that's that. That'll get us Electronics 2. So we can come over here. We can... do we need this one here at the moment? Possibly. We need to get Electronics 2 over here in a relatively neat manner. We also need 2... Nope, I just wanted the belt. I just want the belt. Thank you. Take this and plug it into here. We can unpause that and that. We can unpause all of that. And in fact, we can probably unpause that as well. We also want to mark these to not have stuff delivered, which they already are, so that's fine. And then we need to get Electronics 2 from over here. If we bring that up to height 4, we can bring that in under the glass up to here, and then it's going to get messy. At that point we can come under here a little bit, and then we can just stop snapping. Then we can come under here, under here. And then it's going to start getting messy again. Let's build that there. Let's delete that section. Let's speed everything up. Not entirely convinced I got the right belt there. And then we can bring this for... I liked you doing the way you were just going. Let's bring it to there and then plug that in to there. That looks okay to me. Let's unpause that. That goes all the way over there. And just like that, we have construction parts Mark 4 on the go. Amazing. They should start outputting straight away. What do they need? Only 6 and 3, so Mark 1 belts will be fine, because we're making those. We're going to start making everything else, which is where we might start seeing a bit of a drain on our resources. We should probably go around and just fill in these little holes, because they've been just winding me up a little bit. So let's just go around and have a look at all of the bits we've got and just make sure that all of these annoying little gaps are filled in. It's kind of annoying that when you tell them to build something there and they're like, oh, well, I can't because there's a rock there or a shrub there or something that just happens to be in the way. It's a little bit annoying that they don't just build it after the fact. Although they remove the shrub, but they will not fill in that little space afterwards. I suppose I could spend the Unity and use the like the shrub and rock removal too beforehand. But that sounds like a lot of effort, doesn't it? Is it more effort than this? Who knows? Not enough fuel for a vehicle. We're going to come back to that in a moment, because that isn't something we like seeing. I did just go underneath those buildings there, which is a mild waste, but hey-ho. Hey-ho. It's more than I thought. I thought this would be nice, just a quick, like, 10-second job. I was wrong. But we're almost there. We're almost there. Couple up there. I think that's about it. I'll just help neaten everything up a little bit. So the message is saying that they could not... why are you not? Because that never actually connected for some reason. That's fine. That should now start pumping out electronics 2, which means we'll start making more electronics 2. And just to confirm, they make 6. They need 3 each. So yeah, 2 of those is absolutely fine for that. Excellent. Okie dokie. What's next? Well, we just researched Power 2. Or Power 4, I should say, which gives us different turbines and cooling towers. So quite how we're going to do this is a mystery unto itself. But let's have a little look here. So right now we are burning 4896 high pressure steam. So if we come to power and we say we want a high pressure turbine Mark II, uses the same amount of people, it uses maintenance 2. And we only would need 2 of these to do what we're currently doing. They are going to output 96 low pressure steam. So we would need 2 of these. We would probably want to plan to double this up in size. Although nuclear power is sort of on the horizon, but the idea of it absolutely terrifies me. Do I want these the other way around? I think I do. But they won't connect that way for some reason. Or they only connect a certain way. Okay. It's fine. Then I guess you connect that way. Whatever. Whatever. We have a low supply of electronics. No, we don't. I don't really care if that is low. Although it shouldn't... I suppose it's just filled at the belt. That's what it's done. So that is those. And then we need the power generator. So this currently takes 3 and makes 2. This takes 18 and makes 15. So it does make a little bit more power for us. It takes 18. We were running these. This is not a reasonably sized. Oh, that's annoying. So that makes 12. That makes... Oh, okay. It's not as annoying as I thought. So for each of these pairings, we need to have 2 of these. So 1, 2, 1, 2. That's not what I wanted, but that's fine. That's fine. So this would then give us, if we're running the same as we've got at the moment, which is, yeah, equivalent to the 2 of the large ones, which would be 2 of these, that would give us 30 megawatts, which is more than we're currently making on its own. So that's definitely beneficial. We then are going to want some flywheels, which we're going to want to actually connect. How many flywheels? Honestly, I'm not too sure. If we maybe say 6? How many do we have at the moment? 8. Okay. Let's maybe say 8 then. So that is pretty much what we would need. And if we just copy that without copying any pipes, that is ever so slightly bigger than what we have at the moment, which is absolutely fine. I'm not too worried about that. What we do need to do, though, is move all of those pipes, because what I want to do is not be in a position where we're turning our power off to do this. This is going to take a lot of construction parts Mark IV, but that's why we're making construction parts Mark IV, so who really minds too much? Down here, all we could really do here is replace those with one low-powered one, which would give 6. And they current. So yeah, we could only replace those with one low-powered one, which would probably be like we'd save 2 workers. We'd save 2 workers. Do we want this on a higher power priority because it's using essentially free? Like, what is our power priority at the moment? 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So we can make these power priority 1. Just because we're essentially using free output from the exhaust scrubbers. So why not? If we can use it, we may as well use it. Okay. Let's just come down here and look at our beautiful, beautiful construction parts Mark IV. That is on its way. We are only making 3 in each, so we're only making 12 every 60 seconds. So it's going to be a slow process. And if we wanted to scale that up at all, he says, noticing a couple more of these. Obviously, that would require scaling everything else up. I just noticed that those are paused. Let's unpause those. Because otherwise they're going to get to a point where these stop working, which is the point we're already at. We're not really in a problem situation because we've got lots of those in there. But we do not have many construction parts Mark II at the moment. Okay, then. We do need to do something with food. Even if I saw someone saying they were just sticking their excess... I say someone, it was David and Stanislav, I think the name was. Apologies if I've got that wrong. That they were just sticking vegetables into something else. It must have been into this, because that's the only place vegetables go. If we can get tofu, we can make food packs. Which I guess go into the food market as well. Don't know. What's the benefit of using food packs if we're just sticking them? I suppose it uses one slot. You get vegetables and tofu in one slot rather than two. That's the benefit, isn't it? Can we stick bread in both of those? Yeah, let's double up the bread. That'll increase that number up a little bit. Okay. How is this looking? We're just looking really to make sure nothing's backing up. Because that would be the concern. Nothing's backing up. That's fine. We still are pumping water into this process from in here. I'm not sure we really need to, but water is still occasionally going in, so I guess we do need to. Maybe we're not quite in a water positive situation at the moment. Okay, that's fine. And we're running low on power. That's also fine. That is also fine. What is your... That's because I've got stuff on... Oh, that was the thing. Yes. I was like, it's because I've got stuff on the belt somewhere. I vaguely remember this. Yes, we do. We need to connect this to this. We want to filter out... is it slag? Yep, we want to filter out slag. Ideally, we don't. Ideally, we want to actually filter out iron and copper scrap and take that out. Because then we can connect that straight into this one. And then the slag is going to go into a storage bucket. That should be fine, which we're going to put... It's not really a nice place to put it. If we put it there... And then unity all of that. And that should be slag and only slag. So that should get all the slag off of that belt. How far up does the slag go? Not too... up to there. That should be the last bit there though, shouldn't it? Because it was coming from this because I plugged this into the wrong belt. So once that's moving... That should start going again. If anything, though, that's just going to use slightly more power. Power is a problem, as we can see. So we do need to fix that. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. We are going to take this pipe. We are just going to make a new connection for it. We are going to bring this... can we not go over that? We can go over it. We're just going to bring this as far over here as we think is necessary. And we're going to bring that to here. Hope that's in line. That'll do. And that needs to be flipped because that needs to go that way. And then that needs to have the same priority as this one. So we can unpause that. We then need to do our steam, which is slightly more problematic. So we're going to bring that over to here, over to here, over to here, and then wherever we can connect it in at a nice place, which is probably going to be there. Let's unity that. Didn't really need to unity it, but it's been done. That's fine. So this water pipe is now in place, so we should be able to delete this one. The steam pipe is in place, so we should be able to delete... if we delete this and let that pipe empty first, because I don't want that steam... I don't know if you can put steam. Current research is too advanced for this lab, so we are now at the point where we also need the advanced research lab, so we can't actually do any of this. So in the meantime, do the statue of maintenance and the ship bridge. Yes. What do we need for fruit? Fruit seeds, which you don't have, which reminds me we should also send the ship out doing stuff. So we have a settlement over here to go and explore. We have some battles that we don't think we can currently do, or we can do that one, but, you know, bauxite. What's this one? A rock mine. Let's send him over here. And then we need to think about upgrading all of these. And what do they... Where are buildings? Research. So that would be lab equipment 3, which needs, of course, electronics 2. So we might need to scale up our electronics 2 production a little bit. That's absolutely fine. We can work on that in a moment. Because I brought that to here. Yeah, so I could quite easily bring that probably just alongside rather than underneath, because we don't want to be looking at blocking up our trucks. Okay, so this pipe should now be empty. So we can get rid of this, we can get rid of this, we can get rid of this. Excellent. Then there is this diesel pipe, which has to go to here, and it comes from here. So if we come from about here at a height of 5 or a height of 4, that's fine. So we are in battle, that's fine. And then I would like you to sort of jump over here. And then come down to here. And unpause that. We will look to maybe tidy these up at some point. So we destroyed something. We got cargo ship technology. What is cargo ship technology? We found another damaged cargo ship, which is wonderful. We are going to need more of those at some point. That needs quite a lot of steel and stuff to use. We've also found a limestone quarry, and we know that that is some form of treasure and is poorly defended, and that is slightly higher defended. So once the ship is repaired and back to running, we can do that. Over here, that pipe is almost done, so I want to get rid of this bit and let that pipe empty. Once that's empty, we can destroy this, and that just leaves diesel. So diesel is not slightly more problematic. That's probably the wrong word to use. Let's just bring this. It's going to have to come like over here. Stop trying to connect. And then to, let's say, here. And then you can just connect into there. That's fine. And let's unpause that. This pipe now looks like it is empty, which it is. So let's delete all of that. Once that diesel pipe is built, and we may as well use Unity because we have got oodles and caboodles of Unity. Go over there. And we don't really care about the ship and battle message, that's fine. We've got loads of diesel, that's awesome. So that diesel pipe has been built. So if we come over, where did it split off? Here. So if we delete this section, wait for that pipe to empty, which might take a little bit of time, just because it's also competing with this pipe now. I'm trying to get stuff in there. Once that is empty, we can delete that, and then we can think about actually building our new power station. How much... This one we'll care about. 48 depleted steam. If we look at our cooling towers, they can only do 24. This can do 96. So we would need 2 for this whole thing. Okay, that's fine. We can do 2. Ship is in battle. That's okay. Let's pop this down here. We would need 2 large cooling towers, which we would put here. Let's try and get them lined up with the middle. Where's the middle? There. Yeah. And then we would need to get this over here. I suppose we'd only need it to go into this one, wouldn't we? Okay. Like that. And you... Oh, I've done that thing again where I haven't built it in quite a nice way. Does that need to be a Mark II pipe? That one doesn't. So let's just save ourselves just that little bit of extra maintenance, that little bit of extra construction parts. So it'd be like that. So if we then copy... We copy all of that. Delete those. Cut that. Flip it. And put it there. Perfect. That's worked a treat. So that's what we'd need for those. Obviously we need to get the... It's 48 and that is 48. So we could just do a 1-to-1 for these. Do we want to do a 1-to-1 for these, or do we want to do it like... Oh, it comes out at level 1. Like that. But then that would need to be a Mark II pipe. Like that. That works. Don't know if I need to do that same thing again over here. So this would be a Mark II pipe going from here to... Nope, wrong one. Going from here to here. And then a Mark I from there and to there. Cool, that looks quite neat. They take 48 in, and they are up there. So if we take a Mark II from there, just bring that out. 1, not like that, like that. And then we can take a Mark I from there to there, and from there to there. Excellent. So that is largely what we need there, isn't it? I'm assuming this oil pipe is now empty. It is. Wonderful. Let's delete that. And that has left us in a position where we can swap over power. Now, the one problem we have is the cooling towers aren't necessarily going to fit there. They are definitely not. We sort of want it about as close to the other one as we can get, really. So we want to do leave space behind for trucks and stuff, because then we're just going to delete this one. We don't need that anymore. This is going to take care of all our power needs for some time. Okay. Well, we want... like probably that bit at the very least. So if we put that there. And then I guess for now we'll have to build these like here. And maybe we'll think about moving these later on. No, I want you to go... Oh, you are right next to a pipe, and that has blocked that. So we're going to have to move that back a little bit. Yeah, we might rebuild those in a more suitable location later on. But for now, that's going to have to be where it goes. Okay, let's just do it. Power is the next thing. It is a problem for us. Whoa, hold on. Hold on. We don't need half of that. We only need half of this up and running, don't we? Because that makes 12. That makes 6. That's 18. Yeah, we just need half of it. Okay, fine. So we don't need you, but we do need you, and we do need you. And everything else there is fine. And then we will take the steam, which is coming from here, and we'll come off the same pipe, I guess. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense. We have found some loot and some canola seeds. Interesting. So we have that, which is 470, we have that, which is 430. So, our ship's battle score is 430, so it should be able to get rid of anything under 430. So let's try, shall we? I don't really care about that one. We can't do that one until we've done that one. Anyway, that's 400. Go and battle that level 400. You are stronger than it. Take it out. Stop messing around with it. How are we doing in terms of ores? We are doing croaky voice fine. Okay. Not enough maintenance too. Oh, because we built things which need maintenance 2, but we don't have maintenance 2 being made? Wait, where does maintenance 2 come from? Oh, so it's not a... somewhere... Where is it? Where on earth is maintenance? Where on earth is maintenance? I know I could search for it, but I'm just like, where is it? Where does it live? Have I gone past it? Maintenance. There it is. Yes, it's a different sort of maintenance, which uses more mechanical parts. So we only need it for these at the moment, which are not currently running. So if we just pause them, I don't want to pause the construction. I wanted to pause the building. How much maintenance does it take? 5, so 10. Call it 13. Let's call it 20. So we only need one of these at the moment. Where on earth is that going to go? I hadn't considered that maintenance 2 was a separate thing entirely. So we kind of want to leave space for, I guess, 2 more of these at least. There's a collision with a pillar there, but we can deal with that another time. So this, I suppose, would go here. And that takes electronics 2 and mechanical parts. Now, mechanical parts are just here, so that's fine. We can deal with mechanical parts easily enough. Oh, but how many mechanical parts do we have? We are making 96. This is using, well, it's using half of them. It takes 2 each. Mechanical parts also go to these, which are using another 32. So they are using 32 of these 48. Okay. And these need 18 each, which is a very annoying number. It's a very annoying number. But we need one of those. So we have, they're taking 32 of those 48, which is 16, he says, not trusting maths. So we would need another one of these up and running. Then the question becomes, do we have enough steel? So we're currently using 48 steel. These are steel. We are making more than enough steel. That's fine. So let's unpause that. These make 24, so we probably have to upgrade this belt as well. So that's 48, and then, yeah, that goes over 60. Okay, cool. That's gonna sort that. So we need... Where are we over here? Mechanical parts with a Mark 1 belt. And I want you, yeah, to come this way. And then we need electronics 2, which I think is this one. Yep. Which can come in. And how much electronics 2 does this use? Oh, it doesn't use electronics 2. No, I'm just looking at the wrong one. It uses 12. So we need a 12 electronics 2 just for that. We are making 12. It's not quite enough, is it? It's not quite enough. Because electronics 2 is currently just going to here, isn't it? But yes, we are making enough to cope with just that. And we need another 12. So we need another 2 of these. We were running another 2 of those. We'll be fine for poly. We might need more electronics. I might just... Yeah, I might just do another electronics rather than trying to figure out stupid complex maths. Which is going to use more rubber, of course, which is already told to bring 60 in at a time. So if we plug that into there, that makes 24. So that belt needs to be upgraded to a Mark II. We use rubber, will be fine. Copper is going to have to be upgraded because it's 20. Yep, so we're going to have to upgrade this. Where is copper going? Over here as well, which is using not a lot of copper, so that should be fine. Okay. Power is continuing to be problematic. Oh, we did actually take out that ship. We just found some normal loot. Okay, fine. And we found a 170 and a 470 and a 610. So I think, is that the only thing left we can do? 470? Oh, there's another 400 over there. So there's one more 400 and the bauxite at 180. And that is about as much as we can do with that ship at the moment. Okay. Okie dokie. Oh, I just realized that that was never plugged in. And that was never plugged in. And these two weren't really supposed to be plugged in because they weren't quite ready to go. But yeah, that was quite poor that that one never was. Okay. And then we can get... that done as well. Okay. So we also need an extra 12 PCBs. So we're using 12 there. We need another 12. We are currently making 12. So we need another one of these up and running. And we need to plug that into there. And unpause that. That uses glass, which we should be fine for, I think. Plastic, which I'm pretty sure we are overproducing the bejesus out of. Yep, we're making 36 of that. Where does the graphite even go? Well, the graphite goes up here, doesn't it? But we're making plenty of poly there. So I think that should be everything we need to support maintenance 2. So if we take this, bring you down to a height 1, unsnap you. And then re-snap you. And do that. We can unpause that. That should be fine. Once we have maintenance 2 on the go, we can then look at starting this. Why did you never finish? Because you're waiting for electronics. Do we not have any electronics? We do not have any electronics. That's a bit of a problem. I mean, that's not helping matters. It's because we don't have any rubber. We don't have enough rubber. They don't use a lot of rubber, do they? So we shouldn't need a faster belt for that. I think we just need more electronics coming in. So let's just bring that up to 120. So we've got 2 trucks working on that at a time. So we've got plenty over here. We just actually need that brought over, which is fine. Let's unity that. So we are making 24 times 5. 24 times 5. We are making 120 electronics. This uses 48. Minus 48. We've got 72 left there. The electronics then goes over to these, which is using another 24. Minus 24. That doesn't use electronics. They do go over to these, which is using another 48. Minus 48. So we actually might not be producing enough electronics if all of those are running at the same time, because it also goes down to this to do the research. That uses another 16. So we actually need another electronics on the go. Which means we're going to have to upgrade that belt. And 6 rubber. 6, 12, 24. No, we're fine for rubber. Okay. But we do need to connect this to this, which means we also need to upgrade this one as well. Most of the electronics belts coming out are Mark II, so that should be fine. What was that message? We have nothing available to mine. Have you literally mined all of that? Wow. Okay. So what I want you to do now... Well, I suppose the short answer is to just... Not that. That. Mining. Because that's just filled with iron, isn't it? Yeah. Just take care of all that, mate. Just take care of all of that. That might take that coal belt out. But, you know, needs must. Needs must. And we also have some over here as well. And some over here as well. And only a little bit. Let's get rid of that bit for now. Okay. I know that square isn't needed, but it annoys me when I take it out for no reason. And then you can just come over here. And just do like all of that for the moment. And I do want to plan at some point to bring a ramp down somewhere else. Obviously not here, because that's where we want to expand our housing, which again we're getting very short of. So let's upgrade another house as well. Bring like a ramp down here. And then just start digging out all of this. In fact, whilst we're here, so if we just take out like all of this, and we're going down to -3 there. So we want a ramp, we want that to go there. So if we said we wanted a ramp here to go to -3, that seems fine. So that's exactly where we'd want it. And then we would just do all of that. Cool. So maybe we'll look at doing that at some point. But for now, we're getting iron ore, which is good because we don't have a lot of iron ore, which is a problem. It still says we're low on electronics. I never built that belt because I got distracted. We do have maintenance now, do we? No, because we don't have... Why aren't mechanical part... You are having a laugh, Sunshine. You're having a laugh. Okay, now we'll have mechanical parts. Unbelievable. We also need to get the recyclables out of there, which come on a loose belt. And should we just plug those into like here? trucks aren't going to drive up there. So that makes 24 recyclables. These make 36. Well, it's going to be close, isn't it? That is 36. So 50. So that's going to be exactly 60 they make. So that belt should be fine. Although it is currently backed up, because this is backed up. Why are you still backed up? Is it because this is full? It's because we've got nothing on that belt. Nothing there. Just iron, and I need that belt there. There it is. That's what's causing the problem. Let's get rid of that. And this, we need to be telling it to empty it. Because I think we probably don't need that anymore. Oh, no, we definitely do. Okay. But that should now be working. Okay, right, that's that sorted. Power is the next thing, but we should now be producing maintenance 2, which we are, which is wonderful, and we are spitting out. It doesn't look like it's going fast enough, but is that just because that's backed up? I think it'll get there. I think it'll get there. Which means we can come over here and think about doing this now. So everything is piped up apart from the input for steam. It needs 96 steam. And the steam comes from down here. This is where it's going to get slightly dicey. But we should be okay because the flywheels should keep it going for the moment. So if we connect that to there, delete that. And then I don't really want you doing all of it. So I'm just going to delete this section for the moment, and we'll bring that back in a minute. But build that bit, and then we're going to put that section in, delete this section, unpause all of those, and be good to go. The ship is back, but we can't really do a lot with the ship. I don't think there's anything we can do with the ship. Although there was, wasn't there? There was, go and get the bauxite mine, fine. And then maybe we'll send it just upgrading, bit of a cough, upgrading some of these to level 2, because we can't do contracts until we're on level 2. So maybe if we just get all the settlements up to level 2, that might be a good idea. So electronics are coming out. Are we not making copper fast enough now? I'm not sure we are. We are now using 6 times 24 copper, which is 144. We are making 6 times 24 actually. So that should be fine. What we are slightly low of is coal. Coal is not getting in fast enough. We need coal to come in faster. So maybe we need to think about upgrading this belt. Because it's a Mark II there. So upgrade it all the way down there. And then we'll upgrade this one. And 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 this one. I don't think we have too many coal sources on the belt. That brings us pretty much down to the copper. If we do this one as well, then that's all of the copper done with Mark II belts. So that should make sure we have enough coal coming in, hopefully. The flattenator has finished flattenating. You're joking. Oh, you absolute legend. So what do we want the flattenator to do? Now, do we look at making access over here? I think we can get to this bit. But do we look at making access over here where we have even more trees waiting to be destroyed? Or... because that's probably more of a dumping thing, isn't it? Yeah, okay, flattenator. I think I want you to now flatten this mountain. That's what I want you to do. So we're going to come over here. Out of Mark IV. We're going to not quite go up to that pipe yet. And I just want you just to start taking out this mountain. Why not? Give me space. There's a little bit there, but maybe we might think about doing that pipe later on. So flattenator, edit area, just give me a new rectangle and just do, ooh, not all of that. So I don't want you going in there and digging up sand. Go there instead. We explored a location. We got fruit seed. Ooh, okay. So I didn't know you'd get fruit seeds from those as well. So that's 470. That's 470. I think there was one 400, which is there. That is then the last thing the ship can do. Okay. So they're going to come down there and start flattenating that. We have a low supply of diesel. Not really. We still have low electronics. Because we do not have enough copper coming in. Because we do not have what? We have acid. We do not have enough acid. We do not have enough acid. You need to be told to keep more full. Because we have plenty of acid here. We just don't have trucks doing it. Okay. That needs to be a higher priority job. That's like a 5. Because that's our maintenance. We need that. So we should be seeing 2 trucks bringing in lots of acid now. Okay, we could always think about piping that over at some point as well. But I thought trucks would be able to keep up with it. But I mean, do you know what? Just keep it full. Just keep it full. If it needs to be filled, fill it. I'm just going to bring it down to 180 so it's 3 truckloads. Okay. So I think that is currently what is stopping our copper production, which is what is stopping this. Ship is in battle. That's fine. It'll be alright. So now comes the risky part. So let us unpause all of those. Let us keep these on power production 6, because we only had that there because of this extra one, but we don't have that anymore. So it's only really this one and this one. So let's keep that there. And then we're going to come over here. We are going to connect this to here. We're going to unity that. And as soon as I see steam going in there, I'm going to delete that bit. I'm going to unity that. So we still will have a little bit of steam in this pipe to keep this one running. But now all the steam should be coming along here into these, and we should start seeing these running very soon. Steam. 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 Steam and steam. We have steam. We have steam, we have movement. What did we do in terms of auto balancing? We left those on auto and the low powers off. We didn't have that. Maybe I'll just do 1 on auto balance. We are starting to spin flywheels. We are starting to move this. This is probably out of steam now. Nope, so I'm just going to leave that there. It should be prioritizing this over these, just because these have a lower power priority. This is running, that's fine, except it's not plugged into the water. That is less fine. Yes, it's just realized itself. Let's pop that one in there. Unity that. That pipe might complain it's a bit full because that's making potentially 72 water plus all the water there. It's 72. 96 to 72 and 24 to 12. Oh, it does much better in terms of water reclamation. Much better. So much so that that pipe needs to be upgraded. That pipe needs to be upgraded. That pipe needs to be upgraded. That goes into there, which means that pipe needs to be upgraded. Which is fine. Okay. Ship is in battle, location explored, we found some loot, hooray. And then I don't think there's a single other thing you can do from there. So, if we were looking at contracts, what might we be interested in? Coal? We've already got coal mine, but then is it better? What might we be interested in? Coal potentially, but we do have another coal source nearby. Oil? Which can be food packs, gold, computers, or vehicle parts. Well, the only one we have of those is vehicle parts. Vehicle parts too are relatively cheap. Needs an output for depleted steam. You have an output for depleted steam. That's what that is. Are you just doing too much? You shouldn't be, because you're 48, you're 48. You have depleted steam. You have depleted steam. Is it just because this is backed up? It's just because that is backed up. But that can handle 96, and you produce 48, 48, 96. So there's no reason you shouldn't be running? Or is it just because the water? It's because the water's backed up. Let's unity. Unity. Not only do we have more than 60 coming out of this one, but it's also obviously joined in with all of this as well. Unity. So now they should be able to get rid of the water. They should be able to get rid of that. That's excellent. Does this pipe have any steam left? Nope. Let's delete that. So all of this should be spinning down now, and once that has all stopped, we can pause these just to save on the maintenance and the people and everything. Do these take people or maintenance? They take maintenance. Okay, well, let's pause all of the generators as well then. And once the flywheels have stopped, which are pretty much there, truck is struggling to find a destination it can reach. Not the excavator, the truck. Is that because you've got yourself immediately stuck? How did you possibly... That's because that tower's area is now too big. I only want you to be looking at this. And then recover you and recover you. You shouldn't be digging up there. You should be focused on sand. In fact, where are you? You are focusing on sand. Okay, I don't know what happened to you. I don't know what's going on in your life right now. So these are all stopped. So we can now, I'm pretty sure, comfortably delete that. Delete that. Delete that. Delete all of that. Delete that. Being very careful not to hit the wrong things. We don't need any of those pipes. Or that pipe. Or that pipe. Or that pipe. Or that pipe. don't think. Or that pipe, or that pipe, or that pipe. Or that one, or that one. Or that one. Then we're not going to need that, that, or that. That feels quite good, and that gives us a little bit of extra power headroom, shall we say. And also, I mean, we could always build... Is it worth having more flywheels? Is it just like better to have more flywheels than you really need? I don't know. Which means we can just expand that to double our power at any moment we think we need it. Ah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay, how are we doing? We're on about an hour, which means it's getting really late, which means I probably look at them. God, they are such beasts. How are we doing over here? That's fine. Copper is looking fine. Rubber is looking fine. Electronics are looking amazing. That's all looking great. Maintenance 2 is looking fantastic. It is belting out. That's cleared up. This has cleared. Everything's looking good. Everything's looking good now. Okay. You are finally made it back down to get more sand. Sand is okay for the moment though. Over here, just a double check. Waste is looking fine. I can't see any of these belts backing up. So that is just working an absolute treat. We are absolutely out of fuel gas, but that's got fuel gas in it to burn, so that's fine. That's all we really need. As long as there's enough fuel gas in there for that to run once, I don't really mind. Okay. Okay. I think we're in a good position there. I think that has been a pretty productive... Filled with rock now. It's because they're there and there's so many of them and they are just taking rock down here and just being like, use me, get rid of me. Do we want to just keep these on? Like, why are we keeping rock? Empty the rock. Get rid of the rock. We don't. Same with the dirt. If we've got dirt in there, get rid of it. Do we want to keep the dirt? We might want to keep the dirt a little bit more actually, but it's fine. It's gone. Whatever. So they're busy getting rid of that. We then also have this area planned over there to get rid of that. We are getting very low on iron ore though. Copper's fine. Coal is disastrous, to be honest. But we do have this as a backup. So we were very quickly... We've got so much unity. And we can't do any more research. Because all of it needs... Well, apart from the solar panels... We have a fuel tank upgrade. Let's get that. And then let's get solar panels. I don't know if I want solar panels. We have fruit seeds. Let's get fruit seeds. And we also have canola seeds. Let's get canola. Don't know if we want canola, but we may as well get it researched, right? Cool. So we were looking at this. This is like the last thing we'll look at then. I'm going to slow the game down in the background. I'm going to have a slurp of tea. So we can change the size of the modules for the contracts. Let's assume we have the biggest one available. Okay. If we do vehicle parts, because that's the only thing we currently have available to us, we only need 187 vehicle parts Mark II. We currently have 216 in stock. Why do we only have 216? We have a box there which is from the thing. Right, so that makes sense. We got a box there which wasn't set to match. We're actually full of vehicle parts Mark II. Trade contract. So it's 187 vehicle parts Mark II, which is 700 iron, 187 steel, 94 glass, bit of rubber, and 187 copper. So that makes it sound like a fair bit. On the other hand, we have 200 copper in stock. We have 200 iron, but iron, I think again I've got one of those empty boxes for iron, don't I? Do I? No? Why are you being told to empty? Where would you possibly take iron? And we're using it as fast as we can make it, but I'm not too worried. I think we should be... We're making 96. I think this uses 96. No, it uses less than that. So we shouldn't be making more than we're using. We should be absolutely fine there. That's probably a belt thing, isn't it? Because these make 48, which is fine. These make 48, which is fine, but it is not fine for that belt. So that is probably holding things up there. It's not a problem because it's only in the construction parts and we've got oodles and caboodles. We've even got oodles and caboodles of construction parts Mark IV now. Anyway, I'm getting myself distracted again. So it's not... It doesn't sound like that much. That 187 of those doesn't sound like a lot. And that gets us 5,250 oil. How much oil do we have in stock at the... Like right now, that ship hasn't long come back in. I don't want production. I just want to know how much I have. Okay. Where do I get to the filter? I pop that there. We have 1,800 oil. So it's like 3 times as much. We are currently using at most 120 oil. So if we were to double up and use 240 oil, $5,250 divided by 240. It's 21 months worth of oil. If we doubled up our oil production, which we don't really need. We could do it, but I don't think we'd be able to burn it fast enough because we would be making too much diesel. We just simply don't need that much diesel at the moment. So that's 21 months. And then there's also a unity cost. So let's call it 22 months. So it's that much unity per delivery plus... So 22 times 0.2 is 4.4. Plus that costs 9.6. So that would cost 9.6 unity as well as those vehicle parts. Okay. What does our current oil cost? It currently costs 1.6 unity. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. That costs 35 unity. It costs, was it 9? Call it 10. So it's 3 times more expensive in terms of unity to run that. If we wanted to double that, if we wanted to run this one as well to get 240, I'm assuming that would be 3.2. So that would actually be... whatever it was, it'd be like 70 unity. So in terms of unity, it's much more profitable to run a contract. That's assuming we have the 8 module available, which we currently don't. But then you just need the vehicle parts. But vehicle parts are not that expensive. Glass and a bit of steel and I suppose it's mechanical parts. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't seem like all that bad an idea to me. But then what do I know? I've been wrong before. I have been wrong before. So with them now destroying stuff close to home, this should start absolutely flying down here. Like that should be done in no time at all. It's also a nice little example here of the difference in the physics behind the materials. So when you pile materials up, there is actually a different physics that relate to like between dirt and rock and all the rest of them. So rock, when you pile rock up, rock can go quite steep. It doesn't really worry about it. Dirt spreads more. Which is why this one over here, because it's a mix of just everything, is quite spread out. If we just made that with rock, it probably wouldn't have cost us half as much to do that. What we probably should have done is done rock like one level down and then topped it off with dirt over the top. But you can see that here so clearly where we've got rock here with a nice steep slope, and then dirt here. Why is all this dirt? We must have just been digging up a lot of dirt at the time. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, that's a nice little example. We have, and we are full of housing again. I might put on the pause natural population growth. Where's my thing? Because they are baby booming significantly, and we've got 200 workers we don't need. That's interesting. That's interesting. So we are currently, it got quite close to being up to the maximum there, didn't it? So we might need to quite quickly think about expanding this out. Do we have enough steam were we to expand that out? That's the question. The pipe's big enough, so that's something. But we need to think about whether we could even produce enough steam to do that. I'm assuming we could with 6 of these. We'd need 4 dedicated just to those. So we might need to start thinking about building a few more of these. But yeah, we've got loads of hydrogen, loads of fuel gas. We've got naphtha as well. Although not as much naphtha as I might have liked. But I guess that's because it is getting used over here occasionally. And we're probably using more up here as well. Okay. How much rubber do you produce? 24, so that 60 belt is fine. Okay. Cool. As always, as it seems to be, we are running low on power. Did you see that? I saw that. Huh. That might need to be the first thing we do next time, is to... So that's what I could do. For now, let's just unpause those and just see if that helps cope with that sort of... those spikes of power that we have. We'll see. And this puts 72 water, which prioritizes it into these, which is them prioritized. No? Oh, because it goes into this weird little stupid loop thing. Lord knows what's prioritized there, or where that water goes, or what we do if that water fills up, actually. We didn't really consider that water being full and that causing a problem, but it might do. It might do. I suppose we should be burning enough water off in here. There's always going to be a loss, isn't there? We're always going to lose like a quarter to that, so it should be fine. Copper has nothing to mine. Well, you do, you just don't know it yet. So let's flatten that. Let's flatten that. Let's flatten... Oh, we won't go too close to that pipe because we're going to have to move that at some point. And a little bit over there. Just join that up, it's fine. Cool. Yes, you do. You do have stuff to mine. Don't you lie to me. You can see here that we've actually hit the bottom of that copper seam now. That doesn't go down very far. Not like this wonderful coal that just seems to... I say it seems to go forever. It definitely doesn't. It's getting very low. Yeah, problems. This is a giant problem. Where was iron? Not too far away, actually. Not too far away. Is it train worthy? I mean, we do have what, 5 belts of iron ore if we were running everything at max. Right now we need 1, 2, 3. We need 3 belts. So we'd have to run 3 belts from a sorter over here to get enough iron down here to match the max we would need there. Or we just put more trucks on it and let the trucks deal with it. That's the other option. And of course we do very soon get mega trucks as well, which I'm assuming have quite a significant, vehicle parts Mark III, of course, which is more electronics. Of course it is. Of course it is. Anyway, need to finish up. Hour and a quarter, definitely need to finish. This is full of rock, I'm guessing. Yes, because... well, because of this. Because this is just smashing out rock. We're going to be full of rock and dirt for ages. But it's not too much of a problem because we've got a good chunk of iron ore in there, although not as much iron ore as I might like. You are all told to prioritize iron ore, aren't you? You're not picking up a lot of iron ore there. I might just change that now. So there's going to be a little bit of dirt to start with, so we might be low on iron ore for a moment. But it won't take long until they start getting down into that iron and we can start smashing down into there. Okay, cool. Right, exciting day. Construction parts Mark IV are done. We are starting to flatten the rest of our starting island. We have explored, I think, pretty much everything the ship can explore. We might need to think about... I suppose you can go do that. No, you can't, because you're probably fueling up or something. Nope. Don't know. Don't worry about it. It's fine. We have got Mark IV power on the go for slightly more efficient power, generating us more power. I never noticed before that the steam and the smoke has its own shadow. I don't think I've ever really noticed shadows before, because some of the buildings tend to be so squat that it's not really something that I've really paid much attention to. But this big cooling tower, the smoke has its own shadow. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. This game, I love this game. Awesome. So we've got more of these, so hopefully that'll help deal with spikes. I don't think it can produce more power than the generators are capable of producing. But it's just if the generators wind down a little bit, then they'll be able to pick up the slack before the generators kick in, which might mean we can put both of those on auto balance. I don't really know how auto balance works. I still have absolutely no idea. I'll figure it out one day. I won't. Don't worry, I'm lying. We can get rid of that and all of that. That's absolutely fine. Everything else should be hunky-dory. We're full of electronics. We're full of these. This is all full. This is not, but it is working on it. It's because we're still making electronic parts Mark IV. We've now got 900 of those. So, you know, they're on their way. When that fills up, that'll start backing up the rest of it as well. Amazing stuff. Well, I really need to finish up there. I hope you are continuing to enjoy Captain of Industry. You are going to cause yourself problems. Stop what you are doing right now. Do that bit. So they have gone down the ramp to start flattening it from that side, which means once they have flattened all of that, they will no longer be able to get out. So let's change what you're doing immediately. Immediately. Absolute clowns. I work with absolute clowns, which means this will be finished off very soon. And then where do you guys go? You could probably fill in a bit more there. We could delete that and bring this out more. Why not, right? And then I guess the access over here. And then do we just start building a bridge over there? Once we've got that flat, do we just go to like there? What's on that island? Oil. Quite a lot of oil. What's that? Coal, iron. Maybe we start building a bridge over there. Why not? It doesn't seem all that bad at that point, does it? I mean, it's going to be some very deep water. I guess we have to be sure that's as far as we want our land to go out. Maybe we want it even further again. I don't know. I really don't know. Cool. Hope you're enjoying Captain of Industry. I think that was a fantastically awesome, productive session we've had there. It has now gone on 20 minutes longer than I intended, which means I'm going to have a very late night, which means I'm going to be grumpy tomorrow. Watch out, world. If you're enjoying this, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all those good things. I will see you next time in Captain of Industry. And as always, thank you very much for joining me.